Hi Pisces, I hope you're doing amazing. Welcome on in. We're going to talk about your money and career situation for mid-May 2023. But let's do some initial shuffling and jump right into the Gilded Tarot deck. I'm hearing peaceful vibes. Peaceful vibes. I feel like that's exuding from you. You're exuding those peaceful vibes, rather. And you might find that a situation that usually isn't or occasionally isn't very peaceful, whether it's work and or at home, where you run your business potentially, that's going to be feeling peaceful, at least for the most part, throughout the remainder of May. And this will help you heal and accomplish what you need to when need be. And even when you choose to, it feels like at times you're going to be able to, due to that, or just in general, choose to put in extra work towards the growth of your business, the progression of which towards your day-to-day job, potentially for some that will make you extra money, or at the very least help you succeed more and gain more important attention from authority figures, corporate, you name it, potentially bring in more customers and clientele through that. I'm hearing more commission, or potentially more tips, however that looks for you. I'm also hearing the word donation. So it feels like a remainder of May where unexpected and expected income takes a highlight, a chance to make more money time and time again, but needing to be realistic, in regards to how much you should be taking on at this time and when you actually need to heal. So listen to your body, listen to your needs, your wants, even needing to find that balance all the meanwhile. But there is part of you that is expecting the worst. We'll get to that in a second. The Empress card, because I feel like a situation is making you nervous, whether it's one, if not multiple people you live with and or work with. It could be how some things run. It could be just the amount on your plate for some, or it could be more than one factor. But because I have the Five of Cups here at the bottom. But we do have the Empress card as your first card, talking about how you're thinking about giving birth to something new. You could have recently, or jumping into something, getting it off the ground in one way, if not multiple ways, in the remainder of May. But it feels like there's luck on your side in regards to this, however it looks for you. I do feel like some of which need a new place of residence or want one, but don't have the means just yet, or at least all of which to take that leap of faith, that Fool card, move in the right direction for you. This could be in regards to you expanding your current business you're continuing, or putting an idea to use recently, currently, or again, moving forward after May, to get a business idea off the ground and to see it prosper for you. I do feel like there is a very independent, caring vibe about you individually being drawn to this reading, regardless of how your career looks for you individually. You will get what you need and you'll accomplish what you need when the time is right. Please trust that. A level of divine timing needing to be reminded to you at certain points from spirit, but just remind yourself at certain points and save them the effort, okay? But I do feel like, again, the Empress card talking about how you have this caring nature deep down, and that could be tied into a huge part of what you do, being, I'm hearing a tarot reader for some, a healer, or just somebody who helps in one way, if not multiple ways, through their job or jobs or their business. And you could be a Pisces being drawn to this reading where you run a business and work a job, if not multiple. They're saying slaying away. Interesting, because that kind of replaced the word slaving away. But I just feel like you are very hardworking and putting in the hours, the time, putting your resources towards what feels important to you. And if you work a job, if not multiple, just to make the money and you're not passionate about it, you might need to reconsider whether that's a long-term plan for you moving forward. Because I do feel as if the remainder of May reminds you, regardless of whether you're experiencing this at this time or not, you deserve to have a fulfilling career, right? And so this may tie into small moments outside of your career or even within it, when you are given the option or the chance, the opportunity to help one, if not multiple people. And this just feels so damn good. And so this will either remind you of why you do what you do, or why you did something in the past, potentially needing to re-implement that moving forward, or reach for something like that. Or reach back out is what I'm hearing. But I do feel as if for some, again, it's reminding you, or informing you for the first time, that this is something you need, a fulfilling career, okay? But where you can put your caring nature, I'm hearing good values to use, and your skill sets, or one in particular, your talent as a whole, to use all the meanwhile, and watch how much of a difference you make in certain ways, and how the money follows, how the success follows for you. And Spirit's saying this is your Piscean path. Let's do some shuffling and keep pulling. There's a lot from that one card. Let the wheel churn is what I'm hearing. Let the wheel churn. You might find that even though things are peaceful, there's a lack of patience, or you might be dealing with somebody, whether it's who you work with and or live with, who lacks that patience, and this means you have to have even more patience in that sense. But I do feel like there's a sense of you not having full balance. Again, potentially overworking yourself. They're showing me the Devil card. In my mind's eye, it could be more in regards to you feeling as if, you just sense that lack of balance in that situation, if not multiple. I do feel as if there's a reminder to steer clear of certain people, if not one person in particular. I'm not going to say who you're learning at this time, because it feels like if this is a message for you, you've already learned previous to the remainder of May for you that this person or these people should not be a part of your world, or if they are inevitably part of it due to working with them and or living with them for the time being or in general, then be strategic, right? Prioritize your energy, your well-being, and don't put your resources towards those type of people, okay? They're saying plain and simple, but it may not always feel that way, being wrapped up in the moment. You might need to tap into the innate ability that you have at this point along your path to slither away from certain conversations, or one in particular, when you feel it's going nowhere good, or it just has that gossipy vibe to it, or may potentially leave you in a sticky situation, or you're just intuitively feeling this is not for me. Step away. And that also goes for when you're at home and or working. You could be obviously a stay-at-home employee or running your business from home. Step away when the energy feels off or takes a shift in the wrong direction, because you owe it to yourself, and it's not going to help what you're trying to achieve, even if that's simply healing, even though healing doesn't always feel simple. But the Judgment card at the bottom of the deck and the Wheel of Fortune, it's this feeling that you're getting your voice out there. Music might come into play in certain ways, even if that's not directly connected to your work. And it feels like, again, the wheel's turning in your favor because you're doing what you do and doing it well. Even if, again, that's not your true passion in this lifetime along your path, it definitely could be, or at least part of which. And feeling things quite deeply in the remainder of the month. I did not mean to say that. Key wording. There's going to be a feeling of some of which onto the reading being spoken through by spirit, or just kind of speaking without thinking at times. And yes, normally I would recommend thinking before speaking. Obviously, it's strategic. But there's going to be moments, especially if, say, you're a tarot reader or something of the sort, it's just going to end up benefiting that moment to what you're trying to accomplish, or who you're communicating with all the meanwhile. And I just feel like people are impressed. People like you. You're a comforting value in their life, even if they're tuning into your online content from a distance, benefiting from your business or from your position at your job. I do feel as if you're going for an interview and need a new position, you will be valued quite instantaneously because you're overqualified or simply meet the criteria they're looking for. I feel as if you just, again, know what you're doing, and this just comes to you with a sense of ease. It's like, I've done this a million times, or I've worked in this field for so long, or as well, it could be more than one of what I'm mentioning. It feels like certain jobs and potentially a business, if not multiple, you ran from the past, is all leading up to helping you skill-wise and talent-wise and comfortability-wise to achieve what you're meant to in the remainder of May and moving forward in such a they're saying realistic way. It's like you just do it again, and you do it well, and it doesn't feel super forced or difficult. And when things feel forced, I feel like it's due to outside factors, or you could just be feeling detached from your normal Piscean energy for one, if not multiple reasons. So again, that could be a moment where you need to walk away. It could be when you just need to kind of reground yourself. Nobody's perfect. The Ten of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. Money is going to be on your mind in the remainder of May. And for some, this is more talking about that new position or that new opportunity, wanting to see more money flow in for your business, if not multiple, or through your job, if not multiple. But it feels like it's a time for you where you're being reminded that there's money to be acquired left and right. Just because it doesn't feel, at least not all of the time, like big lump sums or big windfalls or big strides, if you will, as far as success as well. every little bit counts is what I'm hearing. And that also goes for spending. So do manage it strategically and don't overspend. Ask yourself intuitively, is this going to be worthy of my money? Is this worth it? Is this smart? Okay, then I won't buy this. This is obviously a necessity, so I'll buy this. But it feels like throughout the remainder of May, it might feel like a bit of a they're kind of showing me a video game like Mario, the Mario video game where, you know, there's bits of money popping up left and right or that you're coming across and it's up to you to grab it. But again, being realistic all the meanwhile. I really do feel like throughout the remainder of May, certain levels of success, acquiring of the finances, the improvement I feel like that's taking place potentially on more than one level for you individually, apply it as you may. You're being reminded that you're meant for financial success moving forward. Again, you're meant to have this fulfilling career where I feel it as if your helpful nature again will tie into it, but you're meant to have so many different levels of success moving forward that some of which you haven't even began to achieve yet, but some of which you have, all right? It just feels like this is a remainder of May where you're being reminded you have a wealthy future ahead, a very successful one to say the very least, all right? So if this was truly helpful, sending you so much love and light, definitely go enjoy the remainder of May, and I'll see you next time.